And, and this about in vulnerable times, suddenly giving up on your mission. So we wanted to build a cancer hospital. Cancer hospital I wanted to build, A, because seeing my mother in pain, but B, realizing what happens to a poor man when he gets cancer. Because I realized the cost of cancer treatment. And I realized that if people like us could barely afford cancer treatment outside Pakistan, what happens to ordinary Pakistanis? So that was the reason. So I campaigned for the hospital that it would be primarily be a free hospital. And secondly, that it would not distinguish between the rich and the poor, because when I took my mother for treatment in England, she was in this hospital where there was a national health patient and she was on the next bed, paying bed. No difference. The nurses, doctors didn't treat them any differently. So the other ambition was to have a hospital where there were no VIPs. So anyway, when the hospital opened in 95, we had this American administrator, and the first thing he said was that you will not be able to treat more than 5% of the patients free. If you do, the hospital will close down. So here we were the board. We are not the technocrats. He was the technocrat. Him telling us that the hospital will close. You won't be able to afford it. It'll go bankrupt. 15 years later, we overruled him because that's what we stood for. All the money had been collected because the majority would be treated free. 15 years later, we were awarded by the World Health Organization as a center of excellence and the only private cancer hospital anywhere in the world which gives over 75% free treatment. And then I was, in my constituency in Miawali, I was campaigning, and I discovered a lot of young men who were unemployed and who ended up either on very high rate of drug addiction and secondly crime. So I thought I'll build a little technical college so that they can come and give them few skills and they could be employable. I went to the people, they gave me a piece of land, beautiful piece of land by a lake, hills behind. And then as I was thinking of building this little technical college, I got approached by Bradford University to become the chancellor. So I thought, okay, here, if I can get Bradford University to come here, which was a technical-based university, I could have a technical-based university here in Namal. Everyone told me that you can't build it in a rural area because you can't get faculty. It is now the first private sector university in a rural area and in a wild area. It's only about 40, 50 miles from, as the crow flies, from Waziristan. So imagine, building a university with Bradford University degrees in that part of the world, and you won't believe it, not only has it taken off, the first batch comes out, but we've created another revolution. In Miawali, where there's no concept at all of co-education, we have, for the first time, girls from poor conservative families studying in the university with the boys. And of course, now